Here are 15 of the best Ask Reddit stories for today. I hope you enjoy and remember to subscribe. It really helps us out. We post new videos every day.
Shower thoughts you have to wait your whole life to see if you get murdered or not. Nothing lasts longer than that video someone showing you that you have no interest in. There's no practical difference between 3 urinals and 4. Being a truck driver for a company that transports eggs must be an extremely stressful job. Nothing makes you sweat like remembering you didn't put on deodorant. Took my son out for his first pint today. I got him a Foster's. He didn't like it. I drank it. Then I got him a Budweiser. He didn't like that either. I drank it. It was the same with the Guinness and the cider. By the time we got down to the whiskey, I could hardly walk the fucking stroller. A little girl gets a bike for Christmas one year. All excited, she immediately takes the bike out to ride it. A cop passing by says to the little girl, "Did Santa get you that?" "Yes," replies the little girl. "Well, tell him to put a reflector light on it next year," and fines her $5. The little girl looks up at the cop and says, "Nice horse you got there. Did Santa bring you that?" The cop chuckles and replies, "He sure did." "Well," says the little girl, "next year tell Santa that the dick goes under the horse, not on top of it." The maid asked her boss, the wife, for a raise, and the wife was upset. The wife asked, "Why do you think you deserve a pay increase?" Maid, "There are 3 reasons. The first is that I iron better than you." Wife, "Who said that?" Maid, "Your husband." Wife, "Oh, maid, the second reason is that I am a better cook than you." Wife, "Who said that?" Maid, "Your husband." Wife, "Oh, maid, the third reason is that I am better at sex than you." Wife, "Did my husband say that as well?" Maid, "No, the gardener did." Wife, "So how much do you want?" A teacher asked Johnny, "You what does a chicken give us?" Johnny replied, "Eggs." "Very good, Johnny." Jessica, "What does a sheep give us?" "Wool." "Very good, Jessica." Robbie, "What does a cow give us?" Homework. Apparently Robbie has his own seat in the principal's office. 5 years old son, after reading Story of a King. "Son, Mom, I also want 3 wives. One will cook, one will sing, one will bathe me." "Mom, and which one will put you to sleep, son?" "No, Mom, I will still sleep with you." Mom's eyes filled up with tears. "God bless you, son, Mom, but who will sleep with your 3 wives?" "Son, let them sleep with Daddy." Daddy's eyes filled up with tears. "God bless you, son." A woman has twin boys and gives them up for adoption. The first goes to a family in Egypt, which names him Amal. The second goes to a family in Spain, which names him Juan. Years later, Juan sends a picture of himself to his birth mother. Excited at receiving the picture, she tells her husband that she wishes she also had a picture of Amal. Her husband responds, "They're twins. If you've seen Juan, you've seen Amal." A blonde girl called Jenny came skipping home after school. Mommy, today in school, everyone else only counted to 5, but I counted to 10. The mom replies, "That's great, honey." Jenny then asks, "Is it because I'm blonde?" "Yes, sweetie," says the mom. The next day, Jenny comes home skipping and calling out, "Mommy." Today after gym class, everyone was taking a shower and had flat chests. While I had these. Jenny lifts her tank top to reveal a pair of 36Cs. "Is it because I'm blonde?" Embarrassed, the mom replies, "No, honey, it's because you're 24. A child asked Santa Claus, "How did your reindeer get their names?" Santa replied, "I named them after memories, like pranced frolicking through the snow." "What about Donner?" the child asked. A shadow settled on Santa's face, and after a moment he began. The year was 1847, and snowfall had trapped us in the Sierra Nevada. A newly married couple wakes up on their first Christmas morning together. The wife kisses her husband on the cheek and says, "Merry Christmas, hun. Don't get up, I have a surprise for you. As your first Christmas present, I'm going to make you your favorite breakfast in bed. Eggs Benedict." "Wow, great," says the husband, propping himself up in bed as his wife scampers away to the kitchen. A little time and lots of clanging and cooking later, the wife returns with a beautiful plate of Eggs Benedict, fresh and steaming hot on a plate. The husband smiles from ear to ear as he takes the plate from his wife, but gets a slightly quizzical look on his face when he notices that the plate is one he's never seen before. Instead of their usual dinnerware, this plate is a shiny, silvery metallic one. "This is wonderful, darling," the husband says, "but what's with the fancy plate? Did you get it special for today?" "Of course I did," beams the wife, "it's Christmas. There's no plate like chrome for the hollandaise." Trying to date women is a lot like paying taxes in the US. They both know what needs to be done and could tell you, but instead you're the one who needs to figure it out. The teacher asked the class to use the word fascinate in a sentence. Molly put up her hand and said, "My family went to my granddad's farm, and we all saw his pet sheep. It was fascinating." The teacher said, "That was good, but I wanted you to use the word fascinate, not fascinating." Sally raised her hand. She said, "My family went to see Rock City and I was fascinated." The teacher said, "Well, that was good, Sally, but I wanted you to use the word fascinate." Little Johnny raised his hand, but the teacher hesitated because she had been burned by Little Johnny before. She finally decided there was no way he could damage the word fascinate, so she called on him. Johnny said, "My Aunt Carolyn has a sweater with 10 buttons, but her tits are so big she can only fascinate." The teacher sat down and cried. A mathematician walks into a bar. A mathematician walks into a bar and orders a root beer. The bartender brings him one. "You idiot, you poured it into a square glass," the mathematician complains. "Now I just have beer. I told my friends that I had a date with a beautiful woman. They laughed and said that she's imaginary. Joke's on them. They're imaginary too. I don't have any friends." A man called his twin brother from prison. Hey, remember when we were kids and used to finish each other's sentences? My doctor scheduled me for a DNA screening. I was asked for a blood sample, stool sample, urine sample, and semen sample. So I gave them my underpants.